Hi, I'm Stephanie Sweeney, and I want to thank you for taking time to watch this short video about ecological techniques used to develop green, sustainable, affordable housing with the low-income housing tax credit. I want to reach the staff and residents of low-income housing tax credit developments to learn your opinions about green building, or what is also called sustainable development. The apartment complex where you live or work was selected because it was developed using these ecologically sustainable methods. I created this short video for you to watch before you take this survey so that you understand what are considered green techniques. Some of the things considered to be green building techniques may come as a surprise because they're really rather simple. This study is important because few studies have reached out to residents of low-income housing tax credit developments to seek their input on sustainable design. So why is green, ecologically sustainable development important? The idea began in the 1970s when tragedies such as Love Canal made people aware of problems where decades of dumping toxic chemicals harmed the health of hundreds of residents. But green building really began in earnest under the Clinton administration in the 1990s. Many people are not aware that green building in tax credit developments began at about the same time and has become quite sophisticated today. We have all heard about climate change, but I did not realize just how much energy buildings consume. Buildings consume 40% of all energy in the U.S. in just their operations alone. Add the cost to construct them, and buildings consume 48% of all energy. Also, problems of indoor air quality in conventional construction impact up to 30% of buildings. I want to learn the impact of green building on you, the staff and residents of the tax credit community. The survey you're about to take is the first step in this study, and you will be asked if you're willing to participate in an interview at the end of the survey. So with all that being said, let's jump into the green building techniques. Not all these techniques were used at your complex, but they're included here because they apply to at least one of the developments in this study. We start with the development's location. Living close to things such as where you work, where your children go to school, where you shop or see the doctor will save you gas money and driving time, and will also reduce traffic and air pollution. Access to health care, culture, and services is also important for your well-being. Green spaces are important because they encourage positive social interactions and enhance health and well-being, including increased physical activity. Another locational factor is whether the site is convenient to transit. Like being close to school or work, you can save money and reduce traffic and air pollution by taking the transit. Adaptive reuse is where the developer takes an old structure, a school is a common example, and converts it into housing. This is a green technique because the developer is essentially recycling the building. If the building is not demolished, then the old material does not need to be disposed of. This technique is frequently used to preserve buildings of significant architectural heritage. Access to internet is considered a green technique because it affects your well-being. Connectivity is important to schoolwork, economic, and social activities. Input from the neighborhood in the form of meetings and charrettes is frequently part of the integrative design process in green building. Furthermore, you may have ongoing community meetings in your apartment complex. Next, we look at the topic of water. Water-conserving fixtures reduce the baseline indoor water use by 20 to 30% over conventional construction. Conserving fresh water is important because over 97% of the Earth's water is salt water. Today's developments include irrigation systems for the plants, which reuse gray water or water that's been used before. Green developments use native plants in the landscape to minimize the need for watering. When you talk about stormwater and flood management, first, the states prohibit the construction of tax credit developments in floodplains or areas at risk of flooding. Next, green building will require the developer to create on-site detention to either treat or retain the stormwater. Energy efficiency is the most complex topic when it comes to green building. When it comes to rehabs, minimizing air leakage across the building envelope through insulation and ventilation is the priority. The developer can also replace appliances, heating, air conditioning, and light fixtures with Energy Star products. For new construction, it's possible for homes to receive an Energy Star rating in and of themselves. Here, in new construction, the building envelope is constructed with the newest technologies, so it's more efficient than a weatherization retrofit can ever be. Here, appliances and electric features are all Energy Star, and while the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning may be traditional furnace and air conditioner, they will be of the highest efficiency. On the next level, we have renewable energy sources, such as geothermal heating. Here, your bills for utilities are significantly reduced. Finally, we move to the highest level, which is the emerging solar technologies. A passive house means that through solar energy, a building generates all the power needed to operate. I've also run into examples in the literature where a unit may have solar power, but only for the hot water system. The materials used in construction are a major factor in green building. Developers who use recycled materials during construction will receive credit toward their green rating. Another important consideration is the materials used for finishes, such as paint and flooring. Volatile organic compounds are a group of chemicals that are found in many products we use to build our homes. Once these chemicals are in our homes, they can be off-gassed into the indoor air we breathe. It's important for the developer to select products that are free of these compounds. Developers might opt for regional material selection, where they agree to source all the materials from within 500 miles of the construction location. This works to reduce emissions, just like locating projects close to goods and services and transit. If the products used to build the complex are not brought from far away, there's less fuel used to transport them, and fewer greenhouse gases are produced. If the complex includes a plan for resident recycling, that's also considered a green technique, and I will be interested to hear what you think about the recycling program. The next category is all the green building techniques which are intended to result in a healthy living environment. There are 3 slides in this section. Most complexes are now going smoke-free, at least in the common areas and within 25 feet of the building. This is another area I'm interested to hear your feedback about. Proper ventilation is very important for your health. Structural ventilation reduces dampness and keeps moisture out of uninsulated walls. Anything blocking the airflow in your home can cause damage to both your home and your health. Ventilation is so important because it controls how much moisture is lingering in your home. Soundproofing can change the quality of life for the better. Reducing the sound in your home is the surest way to give you maximum relaxation. By implementing active design, States believe they can help combat the current epidemics of obesity and related chronic diseases. A complex might include active design by encouraging the use of stairs or the use of bikes, walking paths, or exercise spaces. Universal design is the design of homes to make them accessible to all people, regardless of age, disability, or other factors. So in a complex with universal design, all the doors would be wide enough to accommodate a wheelchair, and all the entrances would be stepless. Does your complex include a community garden? Community gardens are thought to increase access to fresh food, increase physical activity, and to promote mental health and relaxation. Do you agree? If you do not have a community garden, do you wish you did? Co-housing and eco-villages concern the residents' direct involvement in management and maintenance of the community. Co-housing is one of the more complicated concepts in green development, but one of the projects in this study is a form of co-housing. Operations is the last category of green building techniques. Did you receive a resident handbook when you moved in, and did it talk about the green features? Do you remember your move-in walkthrough? Were the green features highlighted there? Does your property manager report data to the state about energy or water? You may or may not know. I am interested to know what you know. Please exit the video and return to complete the survey. If you have any questions, you can contact me. My contact information is on the last slide. Thanks again. Take care.